Yeah, but like I was saying, about the whole money thing, right? They create things and put them here so we can pay for it, right? This is the whole scam. This the whole hoax, the trickery, the spell. Because the more they pitch it here, and then they make it affordable, they know we gonna buy it. Cause they know us, we like my shit, right? And they know if we have the money to buy it, they know we most likely we gonna buy it, right? But then, like I said, that's the whole game. That's the hoax. Money, and why they make things, and why they have things here for you to buy it is so that you can invest in a bullshit ass system, they bullshit ass doctrine that ain't supposed to be over here. This is why they do that. It's all for a reason. 90% of the shit that we buy, we don't even need it. We just buy it because we can. Right? We spend a lot of money on brands, clothing brands, that don't have nothing to do with us, rather than going and giving money away to people that need it. Right? But that's how they want us to be mentally. Right? Because psychologically you are a slave. Because you so gone over having nice shit that you won't even look and see that damn, I got a lot of nice shit. Why do I need to buy some more shit? Why can't I give to people that need some? Why can't I give some of my clothes away to people that need it? Why I need to have all the nice shit? We don't even think that way because we slaves to the system, right? We don't even think that way, right? Because that's too real of a thinking. When you thinking that way, that means you going back to your higher self, your higher state, being a god of this land or goddess, wherever you call yourself. They don't want us thinking like that. Right, so this is why they be having us out here do the shit we doing, buying shit that we don't need. Because they don't want us to go back to our original selves. Right? Remember, gold is within you. The wealth is within you. Alchemy. You have gold, you have silver, right? You have platinum, you have different solid forms in you. You have different liquid forms in you that make you who you are from an alchemical standpoint. Everything that you think is wealth without you is already within you. Wealth is already within you. Everything that brings a greater pleasurement or a greater peace is already within you. Right? But they found a way to make you choose things that are without you and don't serve you no purpose but pleasure just for a certain bit of time. Because after you buy some shit, after a while, you gonna get tired of the shit you bought, then you gonna go out and buy some more shit. Then you're gonna get tired of that and go out and buy some more shit. This is how it works. Right? This is what your mind gonna be thinking. Oh, I need to keep buying more shit. Blah 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 blah. Right? Next thing you know, you look up, you done spent $1,000 on just buying some shit that you don't need. Just buying it because you think you need to have it. And you want to flex on other people for what they don't have. That's all the game. That's all a part of the game. That's all a part of the system and the way they want you to think. That's how they want you to think. We never needed money. Money was never a thing that we needed. We don't need money now. That may sound crazy. People may not believe it, but we don't need the money because the wealth is already here. Right? We want everything to be the way we want it to be right now. We don't want to work together to build something that's beyond materialistic things. We don't want to do that. If a motherfucker come up to you and say, hey man, let's start growing our own fruits and vegetables. Let's come together. Let's grow our own fruits and vegetables so we can feed people on the streets that ain't got nothing. Let's do that. Motherfucker, but I ain't gonna do that if I ain't getting paid for it. Or you ain't gonna give me some money. Motherfucker ain't gonna do it because they ain't getting nothing. Somebody want to get something for what they do. They don't want to do it at the kindness and the love for their people, the love of their heart. People don't want to do that. They want a payoff. They want some money. And this is why we have a lot of ignorance in this world because of the way people think. And this is what money has done. Money has done a lot of bad things to our community that we're not even aware of. Some people think that they are in a better place because they have money. Oh, well, I moved where I used to be, bro. I'm in a better place now because I got money. I'm in a better place now. But look what you doing. You paying for shit that's in you. They make you pay for light. You are made of light, right? You are made of electricity. Light is made of electricity. You are made of light. They make you pay for gas or fire. You are made of fire. You are made of that. Water. You are made of water. Right? This is what you are made. They say you made of 75% water, right? You are made of water. You are made of all them elements, but they found a way to make you pay for it. Pay for what you are. Right? So, since we thinking on a third dimensional level of, okay, you need a house, you need a car, you need a job, all that. When we finally get that shit, we be like, okay, I'm in a better place now. But how are you in a better place? That's the trickery. See, the thing is, they want you to be comfortable. They don't want you to be uncomfortable. Because when you comfortable, you ain't going to start thinking about shit like the shit I'm saying. You ain't going to start thinking like that. You're not going to think outside the spectrum, outside the box. When you're comfortable. But when you start learning, developing yourself, studying a lot of shit, this is when you're going to become uncomfortable because you're going to be like, man, oh, this shit is here to destroy me. This ain't making me better as a person. This shit is destroying me. This is not making me better as a person. So this shit ain't, this shit all a lie. It ain't helping me. This making me a fucking slave and a victim of the whole game called life. This is what this is doing. But we just so ignorant to it, we don't see it. I don't give a fuck about nice car. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I care about the real shit, the shit that people don't talk about. I care about our people that's in jail for some shit they didn't do. They didn't even do. I care about shit like that. I'm trying to figure out why some of our people is homeless on the streets. And America got all this so-called money they say they got. How the fuck is people homeless and you got all this money? Where's all the money going to? Then it's when you talk about war and politics and the war and shit, because they be giving the money to the fucking terrorists. Giving them shit. So they can promote this whole war propaganda shit. Because I said it like this. It don't make sense to me how you got these Afghanis or Islamic terror motherfuckers. How the fuck they got all that ammunition if they poor? How the fuck they got all this? How the fuck them niggas got Chevy trucks and all this shit, grenades and all this shit, RPGs? How they got all this shit if they supposed to be broke? Who's giving them this shit? The government. To promote their whole war propaganda shit. This is where that's coming from. So, you got your own government that sees the struggle of its own people, overlooks it to give money, guns, and goods away to the opposite side so they can promote their bullshit so you go over there and fight for some shit that don't even matter. That's how this shit works. This is the truth of this shit, man. Right? So when you talk on the basis of money and what is money for, what is money used to do? Money is made to destroy a people, to destroy a community. That's what money is made for. Because think about it. You talk about the food, right? They talk about Trump and them is trying to ban bad foods and sugars and all that. So they say you can't pay for sweets and all that with what they say, with child support card or something like that, or food stamps or something they talking about, right? 90% of the shit you pay for food is all bad for you anyway, right? So you looking at the cases of what they trying to do, how they trying to stop that, you can kind of see why. Because a lot of the food that you buy is fucking your body up. It's bad for you. But they tell you you need money to eat, right? Because you need to survive and all this old shit. But you paying your dollar, your last bit of dollars, to pay for some shit that's going to hurt your insides, that's going to make you sick. Surround you with bacteria all over your motherfucking body. That's what you paying your last dollar for. Some bullshit. But you don't see nothing wrong. You don't really question that because you too tied into the system. So you don't think nothing wrong with that. All I know is it tastes good. See what I'm saying? That's all we know. All I know is it tastes good. What else don't matter. It just tastes good. Right? So when you talking about money and what money is designed to do and what money is used for, it's used to bait you into the system. This is what money is made for. We don't need, nor should we pay for anything that revolves around the land. Them motherfuckers will make you pay to go camping in certain places. How the fuck you gonna pay? How the fuck do you want me to pay you to sleep outside? Nature. I could walk outside right now for free and just look at shit. But you gonna make a motherfucker pay to be outside. That's some of the most craziest shit. But yet, we allow them to do it because we don't know ourselves. They build some shit, or they think they build some shit outside so they, oh yeah, you gotta pay. Nah, nigga, this out. You didn't build outside. You didn't make the trees, nigga. That shit free. Fuck you gonna make me pay you to camp outside. And if I'm here over the limit of how long I'm supposed to be here, or something may happen, fuck you gonna tell me I gotta get, nigga, this outside. You can't tell me where the fuck I should go or I can't go. I'm outside. You can't charge a motherfucker to be outside, but this is the shit that they do. Because they don't want you having no rights or ownership to your shit. But we overlook that. We don't see nothing wrong with that because we so tied into the fucking system. This is why. And this is the shit that bothers me with our people. It bothers me. Because we just don't know. We don't have no fucking clue. Whatsoever. We just accept it. Okay, that's what it is. No. We don't accept no shit like that. How the fuck you gonna accept that? Fuck you gonna charge me to set my tent up outside and sleep in that motherfucker? Especially if a motherfucker ain't got nowhere else to sleep. At least let a motherfucker sleep outside in nature. I ain't bothering nobody. Nah, you gotta get out of here. What? Who the fuck gave you that power to say I can't sleep outside? Cause that's a law now. You can't just sleep anywhere in nature outside. That's a law. You get a fine for that. You gotta pay a ticket. That's a fine. But this is just how they work. This is how they keep you in the midst of the system, putting restrictions here, trying to make you follow them. Because they don't want you to have any freedom. They want you to be restricted of your freedom. And the money is the main pillar to that shit. The main pillar. Because, like Rod Hayes told you, when we start complaining and talking about we tired of paying for shit and we tired of going to work, what they gonna do? They gonna give you more money, and then they gonna lower the prices. They gonna make everything affordable so you can, oh damn, okay, I can buy that. Right? They say eggs is going up. Right? They say what, eggs is $6? Right? They gonna cut the prices down on the eggs so we can afford it, so we can keep buying that shit. Right? They gon' the gas price is high, they gonna lower that shit so we can start affording it to keep you part of the system. Because you gonna feel good that you're able to afford it, but it keeps you back into the system. Cause then they gonna raise the prices again, you gonna be like, damn. Then you gonna have to get some money so you can be able to have what they say you need to have. That's how they use you. This is how they draw you back into the shit. And we don't catch it, we don't see it. If niggas stop using the internet or stop watching TV right now, they gonna lower the prices to where, nigga, you could get cable for probably $10, $16. You turn your cable on in one day, I'm telling you. Because they don't want our people not investing in their shit. They don't want that. Like for me, I don't even really like TV. I could watch it, but I don't like it because it's all bullshit. And 90% of the shit that's on there is fake. It ain't real life shit. It ain't real life shit going on. It's just entertainment. Right? But they use little methods like that to draw us back in to the whole game. Lowering the prices, and then that's what we get caught up back in the shit. Cause just how they work. This is how it works. Cause to me, it's no such thing as being homeless. To me, it's no such thing as being broke. As long as you got the land and you got yourself, you will never be broke, nor you will be homeless. My motive is, how can I be homeless where I never had a home to go to? I never had a home. These little buildings we in, this ain't no homes. We don't got a home to go to. The home is the earth, the land, but they don't want you even being out there. So you gotta go in a crib. Because they don't even want you being outside. Then they done fucked us up so much psychologically to where when we see a motherfucker in tune with nature, oh, that nigga weird though. She weird. Fuck wrong with them. They weirdos. Way weird. Because they done fuck with our minds so much. We don't even acknowledge someone that acknowledges who they are and their element. And them knowing where they come from. We don't even embrace that. Nor do we even like it. Because we so lost in the system. We so manipulated by everything that is around us. And that's the sad part. That's the sad part. It's so bad to where if you someone like me that does not care about money, I'm looked at as a crazy person. That nigga owns something. That nigga, or he corny, lame, and all that old shit. But look at the shit you niggas is doing to get your money. You got motherfuckers out here that's actively and voluntarily humiliating themselves just to get some money. Humiliating themselves. It's niggas out here that will allow another motherfucker to slap the shit out of them just for some money. Some of the most craziest shit, some shit I thought I'd never see from people. But it has become that bad to where people will literally do anything just for $1. Anything. Humiliate themselves. Try to humiliate others. Allow people to make up anything about them just for some money. All you got to do today is have a story on somebody that's important. And they gonna call you in, have you do a little bullshit interview, give you some money. Now you got you a platform. Because you talked about somebody that's important. You don't have to have no skill. You don't have to have anything that's helping people's minds develop. You don't have to have anything that's natural. You don't have to have anything that you bring to the table in order to sell yourself out and get some money. You don't have to have nothing. All you do is gotta do some shit that you know motherfuckers gonna like. And it's stupid shit. People like seeing stupid shit. And that's how you get on. And this is what the money has done to our people. And just done to people generally. Because it ain't even necessarily always just about niggas. It's about all people. People don't even have any dignity in themselves no more. People done lost dignity. They don't give a fuck. You always thought of a man to have dignity for himself. Have some sense of pride in himself. Some sense of discipline in himself. Niggas ain't got that no more. Niggas will do the same shit the bras will do. They don't give a fuck. They literally don't care. You gonna give me some money? Okay, well you do it. The fuck? Or they do it just to go viral. Cause what you go viral, that's gonna bring in fans and that's gonna bring in some money. That's what's gonna happen. You know, and this is what the money has done to people. It's so bad to where people don't even have aspirations or ambitions. People don't even have that no more. You remember back then, like ROGs in the 80s and the 70s and 60s, people had aspirations. You had bands. You had singers. You had people that had real authentic talent. Got they shit out the dirt. You had people that really had talent and put it on display in the public and created a platform off of their original talent. Now, motherfuckers don't even care about expressing their talents without the money even coming. Don't nobody do that no more because they want the money right then and there. They don't want to put the effort in, put the work in to get it. They don't want to go through the ups and downs, the phases. They don't want to go through the ride, the struggle, the journey, the path. They don't want that. They just want it right then and there. So they could go buy one of them big ass chains and shit and flexing on everybody. That's what they want. They don't want to go through their path. They don't want to go through that. You know, and that'd be the problem with modern day society. But society has created those type of people. Because for most of the people that's doing it, it ain't necessarily their fault. They don't know no better. Society made them be like that. You know, they made them like that. Because if you want to build you a platform out here in the world, you want to build you a platform by trying to help your people wake up. That's how you build a platform. You ain't got to build a platform by embarrassing yourself. You ain't got to build a platform like that. Build a platform by helping your people, putting things out, putting information out, sharing things with your people. That's how you build a platform. Right? Then, once you build a platform for yourself, for helping your people, this is when you can say, oh, I'm doing something that changes our people. right? I'm becoming somebody that has a part in developing people, not just putting people down and making them think they got to do certain stupid shit to get somewhere, right? In the Nation of Islam, they believe that a man that walks with his hands in his pockets is a man of laziness. The reason why that is a fact is because if you have your hands in your pocket, you don't have a hand to hand out for someone, right? You can't have a hand to help out if you got your hands in your pocket, right? That's how you know he's not a man of ambition, a man that want to be somebody and stand for something because he has his hands in his pocket. But if he have his hands out, right, out of his pocket, just got his hands out, then that means he willing to work to get somewhere. He's willing to do certain things to cause a better change for not only for himself but for the people around him. You know, and that's the truth in that. You know, shout out to my Muslim people. Shout out to y'all as well. You know, it's all I love. But yeah, this is how they believe, and that's a fact. You got a lot because you got a lot of niggas around here now that with their hands in their pocket, because they don't stand for nothing. They just go along to get along. They don't stand for anything. Right? And this is what money has done to our people. This is what the money has done. Because, like I say, we talk about, you know, black building the Black Wall Street. You got a lot of people in our community talking about build the Black Wall Street. We don't need no money to build the Black Wall Street. We could build a Black Wall Street today. We could build our own communication in our neighborhood just by talking with each other, offering things to each other, right? We don't need a street to identify us being together. We just can communicate better, get in touch with each other, meet up with each other in different places, and that could build something. We don't have to build no certain shit to where that's what, nah. We don't got to do that. It's communicating with each other. But the thing about us and how we are as people, we don't want to talk with people, right? If somebody you don't know offer you some money, most of the time you might be like, nigga, I don't know you. You going to get in your ego because you don't know them, right? And that's the ignorance. If they willing to give you some money out the kindness of their heart, that means there's something about you they like. They ain't just doing it because they feel obligated. Ain't nobody obligated to do nothing for you. But if they want to do it, then that means there's something about you that they like. And they probably feel that you need it. But you get some niggas had a, man, I don't know you nigga, nigga, I got money, nigga. It's the ignorance. Right? And this is why we as a people, we can't be more in tune with each other. Because of our ignorance of self and the way we think. Because we always thinking that somebody is against us. When really you only against yourself. Right? So everybody else is a reflection of what you feel for yourself inside. Motherfucker walk past you, you don't know them from a can of paint. You automatically, what he looking at? He don't even know you, man. You just thinking shit. Because you too into your ego. Nigga ain't got nothing against you. He don't know you. Right? That's how you feel for yourself. You know? And that be the problem. You know, and money, like I say, money has a role in all this. How we feel for ourselves and how we feel for others. Because when we don't have money, we feel like we shit. We feel like we're not even a person. This is a fact. It's people out here that feel like that when they don't have money, they're nothing. They just some shit on the street. They're scum. They're nothing. They don't feel like they're worth anything because they don't have nothing to offer. Or at least they think. Right? See, they think having something to offer is what's in your hand or what you put in somebody else's hand. But you still got a mind. You still got a heart. You still got a soul. You still have a spirit. You have way more things to offer than just something you can put in somebody's hand. Or what you could carry in your own hands or what you got in your pocket. You have things to offer. But you feel like that doesn't matter in this society because they tell you it don't matter. Nigga, man, I don't want to hear no information. I don't want to hear no knowledge. I don't want to hear that shit. Because they don't think it matters. That's why I like the nation. You know, the Muslim brothers, they be trying to tell our people what's going on. Man, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Right? They don't want to hear it. Because they don't think it's going to bring anything that's necessary to their lives. So they don't want to hear any information. They don't want to hear about how we God and we created the stars and the moon and the sun and the universe. They don't want to hear that. Because they've been taught to think that none of that matters. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it, not at all. They don't want to even hear a little bit of it. I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. I don't want to talk about, nigga, I ain't no God, nigga. I don't want to hear that. That's how we be. Women be patting their head. I don't want to hear that, patting their head and all that old shit. That's how women be. That's how they be. They don't want to hear it. Walk up to a woman, call her a queen, and I don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. Because of all the lies and the indoctrination that they've been a victim of. They don't want to hear anything that's uplifting them or giving them a sense of freedom or pride within themselves. They don't want to hear it. And this is what the money, this is what the monetary system has done to our people. This is what it's done. Why don't you trade in that money for some books? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Why would I do that? That's dumb as hell. I trade some books in for some money, but I ain't gonna trade this money in for some books to read and learn something and know where I'm at. Like, came across a video of a comedian. I think his name was Ari Spears. And he was doing a show, and a white man in the crowd said, "You don't know where you at." Right? The comedian thought he was being racist and talking about, oh, you know, you a nigga, you from Africa. But what I got from it is he asking them nigga or telling them, do you know where you at? Right? Because you had a lot of Caucasian people that tried to wake us up and tell us, man, you some other shit from what the others have told you. But we so ignorant to, man, I don't want to hear that shit. So you hear a Caucasian be like, man, do you know where you from? Do you know where you at? Nigga, what you mean? Nigga, instead of listening. Now, if he has a racist approach to what he's saying, then that's when you go from there. But if he trying to leave a question or a thought in your mind, like, nigga, do you know who you are? Do you really know where you at? From a logical standpoint, then nigga, you probably should listen. Cause it may cause you to study more and start to worry more about yourself. Damn, do I really know where I'm at? Do I really know who I am? Cause niggas keep blurting out this African shit, talking about we from Africa, but yet we don't have no recognition of the African culture or the language. We don't even know what is considered African and what's not. I ain't never seen African people eating spaghetti with sugar. I ain't never seen that. But it's something that we love in our culture. I ain't never seen African people eat macaroni and cheese. And it's something that we love in our culture. I remember seeing on the Geographical Channel, it was some Africans eating baked potatoes right out their hand. Like it was an apple or some shit. Eating right out their hand. We don't do that shit over here. Cause we ain't in tune with earth like that. We gotta put some sour cream on it, some butter, some ranch, cheese, all type of different shit on it. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we be so eager to, oh, what you mean? But we ain't listening. Nigga, do you know where you at? Do you know who you are? A lot of us don't know. We just, oh, no, nigga, I'm from Africa. I'm African. Do you know that for sure, though? Have you ever asked your family where y'all came from? Well, nigga, I'm black. Why are you black? Excuse me. Why are you black? What makes you black? Your skin color's not black. Yeah, your hair is black. But your skin color's not black. So what are you? If you are not the complexion of black, then what are you? What are you? Shit. Shit. You're gonna be lost. You ain't gonna know what to say. Because you don't have a explanation. Because you really don't know who the hell you are. You just think you know who you are. Now, you do got some of us over here that is from Africa. They was born in Africa, then they came over. Okay, you're African. But don't try to speak that shit to niggas that's been over here in America for their whole entire lives like we come from where you came from. Nigga, don't do that. Because that's not the case. That's not the truth. Yeah, you came from Africa. I didn't. You came over here. Right? I didn't come from where you came from. I've been here. That's the difference. When you come from somewhere rather than where you was always at your whole life. That's the difference. And we don't even think like, damn, man, we just automatically, oh no, we African. Nah. Right? So this is the things that we don't think about or we don't have any awareness of, right? Because using the money takes us away from that understanding. We don't care about that shit. I want to know. Like I said, fuck the money. I would rather know who I am rather than having $1 million. And I really mean that. Now, I don't have no problem with being rich. I don't have a problem with it. But if the money I got that I have it, but I have no awareness of who I am, then I don't want it. I have to know who I am. That's damn near like I ain't gonna say like, I'm not gonna say a fetish. It's a responsibility of me and how I am and how I think. I have to know who I am and know what's going on before I can receive something. So I'm saying that's just me. So, we have to get back in tune to wanting to know who we are before we just feel like we need to have this and have that. We need to know who the hell we are. Because it don't matter how much you have. If you don't know why they want you to have it, then you ain't no intelligent, nor are you a smart person. You're not. That's why when you are someone that thinks outside of the box, what they say, right? You thinking outside of the box, right? That's the square. When you thinking outside of that, they call you a conspiracy theorist, right? So anything that you talk about or that you believe in that's outside of their way of how they tell things and how they teach things, you're a conspiracy theorist. Right? But the thing is about conspiracy theorists is that they was once people that did believe in the system. But then they started thinking, like, wait a minute, why is that? Why do we gotta go to school? Why do we have to work 9 to 5? Why do we have to go to church? Why do we gotta eat 3 times a day? Why we gotta do this? Why we gotta do it? They started to think. And once they started to think deeply, they started to come up with a lot of answers. And then that started to make them study more shit to figure out why they feeling the way they feeling. Then started to wonder why the system is designed the way they are designed. Right, so they was once a regular person, but then as they started to think and study and look at shit for what it is, this is what turned them conscious or woke, whatever you want to call it, or enlightened. Right? And this is when they start saying, okay, the government's doing this. 9/11 was planned by the government. Oh, they conspiracy theorists. There's something wrong with them. The motherfuckers out their mind, they crazy. Don't listen to nothing they saying. They lying. But not knowing that they was once regular people like everybody else that thought the same as everybody else. But they got outside of themselves, got outside of that illusion of thinking. That's what happened. All right, so that's what a conspiracy theorist is. Right, someone that has realized the lies and the slanders that they put on our people and they talk about, right, and then they start to, put it out. And admit things. Because you got some people that's conspiracy theorists. Then you got some people that just want to sound smart, like they know what they're talking about, but they really ain't talking about shit. But you do have real conspiracy theorists out here. You do have real ones. Real ones. Because I myself would probably be considered a conspiracy theorist. Because I talked about shit that people talking about now, but I already talked about it. Now motherfuckers talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I said that. But that's information needs to be put out so other people could start like, damn, I was thinking that way too. So I was just a you could say a light switch to turn they shit on, so they can put more of the information together of what they was developing from their own critical thoughts. All right, so that's just what it is. But yeah, this is what the money has done to our people. This is how the money makes us think and behave as people. It makes us unaware of who we are and where the hell we come from. It makes us unaware. That's why when people say, yeah, I'm chasing the bag, that's the worst thing you can say. And the reason why I say that is because by you saying, I just want the money and I'm chasing the bag, that means you're going to do anything to get it. Right? And by you doing anything to get it, that means you may sell the fuck out to get it. Because if other ways of getting money don't work, you're going to be like, shit, my back against the wall, I'm at the edge, you might fuck around and sell yourself out. I'm telling you, this is why you shouldn't trust people that be saying shit like that. Not all people. Some people may have different meanings for it. Some people may have a acronym to the meaning of how they saying get into the bag. It may be a different way of what they mean by it. But certain motherfuckers that say, I'm just getting to the money, that's it. It's all about the money, money, I'm getting the bag, I'm chasing the bag. You gotta watch people like that. Because they will sell the fuck out. Because the money is the only thing that they are motivated to do or to get. They don't have aspirations or ambitions to do anything else but get some fucking money. If it requires anything else, they ain't gonna give a fuck. Then be the same motherfuckers that'll see our people getting their ass beat by the police and take their phone out and record and send that shit to CNN so the whole world can see, rather than jumping in and fighting them motherfuckers. Be the same people. Oh man, this shit crazy. Man, why y'all niggas kicking them in the ribs like that? Oh, y'all niggas just, oh, that's fucked up. You just gonna record it. Without being like, man, fuck that. It's about to be a riot, right? You ain't gonna do nothing. You just gonna record it. Well, most people ain't gonna do nothing. Just gonna record it and send that shit to the news. Because, like I said, it's what the money do. We don't have any sense of, oh, we gotta stand for our people. Motherfuckers ain't gonna, a lot of them celebrities, they don't really care about their people. Right? Like a lot of, like when the shit was happening with the people that had passed away a couple years back, yeah, you had celebrities coming out and saying shit about it and protesting, but what good came out of that? You had them fucking basketball players, they sold out too. Cause them motherfuckers was doing all that protesting, saying, man, we don't fuck the system, all this shit, but they went their ass back on that court and kept dribbling balls. You did all that shit talking about you protesting against the NBA. You won't fuck with the NBA, but you went right back to the NBA. What the fuck was the point of that? You did all that shit, but still went back. What was the point? What was the point? It was no point. Not saying that all of them sold out, nah, but some did. Kyrie, the only one that stood near and dear to his word. Because the NBA don't really fuck with Kyrie like that. He damn near somebody that they don't even want to acknowledge. But the nigga's so talented that they have to acknowledge him because he's so cold with that rock. Now, if he wasn't as good as a basketball player as he is, they wouldn't really talk about him at all. But since he's a great player, a great skilled player, this is what gives him the, the coverage, they, talk about it. Right? But, you had that going on. Right? Because, like I said, when that money is in the conversation, niggas is not gonna be with the people. They gonna go where the money going. Just where they got us at. And this is all a part of the game. This is where they got us at. Stuck in a rabbit hole. Or in a shithole. It's so bad now in the world to where real intellectual people, some of them gotta start playing along with the bullshit in order for their platform to even get seen or acknowledged. Right? Because of the type of time we in right now. They gotta start playing with some of the bullshit. Right? Because this is how shit going. So you get some that may have to go on other people's platforms. And they platforms may be some shit that ain't really all the best, but they go on them platforms just to give the message out, right? Because it comes upon a time to where you may have to go places to get the message out that you may not want to go. But you may have to do it in order for the message to get out to the people. Because a lot of people ain't tuning in to listen to uh, 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 Louis Farrakhan lectures. A lot of people ain't tuning in to listen to his lectures. So he may send some of the brothers out there into the world, and they may go on to certain platforms to tell people what's going on and what our people need to know. So I'm saying, so this is what you're seeing a lot of right now. And there's nothing wrong with it, because the message need to get out, right? We need to fuck up the algorithm for them, the system, so that people can start seeing more critical thinking, critical thinkers, more people that's more developmentally, rather than just seeing some stupid shit that don't do nothing for nobody, but make them want to keep seeing more of it. So we need to stop seeing entertainment and start seeing entertainment, right? Something that's bringing fulfillment from the inner self. You know what I mean? This is what we need to start seeing more of. You know. So this is but this is what it is though. This is what the talk is about, when we're talking about the money and how they use the money to bait us, into a whole shindig and all this shit. This is what we talking about, man. This ain't just some shit I'm making up in my head. I'm trying to sound intelligent or wise or a man of wisdom. This is just what it is. This is the facts. This is the facts. Because people don't know how to think for themselves. They can only think from the system. Oh, that ain't gonna work. I can't, like, somebody that's lazy to me. See, I have a different definition of a lazy person. I don't believe that a lazy person is someone that just lay around all day and don't do nothing productive. That's not a lazy person to me. Because you could be somebody that work all day and lay around, after you get off work because you so wore out, right? That still would be a sign of laziness. Just laying around and you don't even want to jump in the shower and get off all your sweat from work or dirt, or you don't even want to, do something, interact with your kids, and interact, don't want to do nothing, you just want to lay around. That's not laziness to me. Someone that's lazy to me is someone that don't want to think outside of the spectrum, think outside of the box. Someone that don't want to, develop their minds, right? And quit being along with the bullshit. That's someone that's lazy. We sit with ourselves 24 hours a day. We sit with ourselves. 99% of us that sit with ourselves 24 hours a day are not doing nothing with ourselves. We just sit and watching TV, right? But some of us would get thoughts into our mind to do something that's outside. Yeah, I want to start my own business. I want to do that. Yeah, man, I want to do that. But then we don't put any effort into it. We just say we want to do it, but we don't put no effort into it. It's just a thought in our mind. See, that's something you can start today. You can start right now by making progress. You can start by making something happen off of your idea. But you get people that have an idea but won't do nothing with it. That's laziness. That's laziness to me. Not just somebody just laying around. It's just somebody that get thoughts in their mind of change, but they don't want to do nothing about it. That's laziness. Man. That's laziness to me. You have to, you as a person, you always have something to do. That's why people that say I'm bored, you only say you bored is because you're not doing nothing. If you're not doing nothing, you're gonna be bored. That's the only reason why you're bored is because you're not doing anything. You're not moving your body. You're not trying nothing different. Exercise. Do something. Write something. Read something. Then you won't be bored. But you're bored because you're not doing nothing. That's what it is. That's the cure that's for being bored is to do something. Right? Then you won't be bored. Right? So you get people that say, oh, I'm bored and I'm all this. That's you. That's you coming up with that shit. You bored because you're not doing nothing. Start doing something you ain't never done. Go out, think outside the box. Read something. Learn something. Watch something that's going to elevate your mind. That's what you do. Don't just complain about it. Do something about it. Right? But a lot of people don't want to do nothing about it. They just want to talk about it. You know, they just want to talk about it, but they don't want to do nothing about it. Because there's people out here that get money and they still be bored. They'll never tell you, but they still be bored. Because after a while, once you've done everything, a lot of things is not going to seem exciting anymore because you've done it. So now you're going to need something else to do. Right? Because you've done everything. Right? So even they get bored. People that have money, they get bored. You just never see it. Some of them are suffering inside. They have something in them that they don't have any appreciation for, even though they have the money. Right? So everybody, we all still suffer from consequences of trauma and what we have endured and what we have seen and been through in life. And this is why the monetary system has become so strong and so powerful in this society, is because everybody using money for a certain situation. Certain people are using money to solve their own inner conflict, their own inner trauma. Then you have some people that's using money because they believe that money is going to get them somewhere better than how they used to be, or what they call being poor. Then you have some people that's using money that's to trick the system, right? They on our side, they using it to trick the system. Okay, we doing this, we doing that, right? So you have different people that have different ways of how they deal with the money. But even then, the money still has power over the world because people still using it and people still buying shit. Technology and clothes and all this other shit. So it still has power. We have to find a way to make money powerless, right? So we have to not give it power no more. That's why they give you the cash apps and the chimes and all these places where you get your points up, they give you some money and shit. That's for a reason. Because it keeps you in the shit. This is just how it works. It's all a part of the game. You get out the game, you're going to see what it's about. That's why people say, follow the money. Follow the money. Follow it. Follow how it's being produced and how it's being distributed in society. Follow it. Because you have certain countries to where they don't really even have to use that much money for their economic system. Right? Because most of them get their goods from the harvest of the land. Right? So they don't have to use that much money on their economic system. They don't have to use that much money. Right? Because they got people that have skills in the field, that know how to make certain things and know how to grow fruits and vegetables and all that. So it's not that bad for them. That's why their economic system is way more stronger than how it is over here because of certain things that they do in the community, right? And that is what be the biggest difference of how it is over here and how it is in other countries. Like you go to Thailand and shit, you will see more things that's in nature, bananas and shit. Or you'll go to Jamaica, you will just be walking and see a motherfucking what they call them, a coconut on a tree. You go up in that tree, get you one, bust that motherfucker open. Now you drinking coconut juice, right? We don't got shit like that over here because we don't got a lot of people that's willing to come together to produce shit like that because we so concerned with getting the money and all that shit. So we don't have that over here, and that's what be the problem, right? So yeah. This is what the money does to our people. This is how it works. This is the shit that they use. All I'm here to do is just tell you, to think more critical. Think outside the box. Look at shit for what it is, man. I ain't telling you to be a motherfucking they call them a yogi or be a hippie or all that. I'm just telling you just to think. Think more critical. That's it. Just think. But that being said, this is Silent. I'm gonna probably have some more information on some things later on, or probably tomorrow. But without being said, hopefully y'all have a great day out there. Continue to learn about yourself, learn from those who are around you. And I'm out, man. Peace.